Are you struggling with breastfeeding, sore nipples, baby won't latch? You might have heard of nipple shields, but do they really work? Or could they make things worse? In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal everything you need to know about nipple shields, how to size one, put one on, the good, the bad, and some extra tips. This may be the breastfeeding tool you've been looking for. If you're looking to get your breastfeeding journey off to a great start, look in the description for a link to my free download, 10 ways to make breastfeeding easier. Before I demo how to put a nipple shield on, I want to stress that nipple shields aren't a one-size-fits-all. The most common material you'll find is silicone. It's flexible, durable, and safe for both mum and baby. Some older nipple shields were made of latex, but these are less common now due to potential allergies. There are various shape varieties. The most common shape is the cone or tulip shape. It looks a bit like a small funnel and is typically what you find in hospitals. But there are also cherry-shaped shields, which have a more rounded tip. Nipple shields come in various sizes. Small shields are usually around 16mm to 20mm. Medium shields are about 20mm to 24mm, and large shields are 24mm and up. But remember, the size you need depends on your nipple size, not your breast size or your baby's mouth size. The size refers to the diameter of the base of the nipple portion. You really need to make sure you get the right size. Too small and it might pinch or restrict milk flow. Too large and it might not stay in place or could allow your baby to slip into a shallow latch. So how do you find the right size? Well, you could measure your nipple, or there's another trick, the pinky finger method. Generally, if your nipple is about the size of your pinky finger, your little finger, you'll likely need a medium-sized shield, around 20 to 24mm. If your nipple is smaller than your little finger, try a small shield around 16 to 20mm. Larger than your pinky? Go for a large shield, 24mm or bigger. But remember, this is just a starting point, and just like bras, what works for one mum might not work for another. You may need to test out a couple of different nipple shields before finding the right one for you. When it comes to choosing the right shape, consider your nipple length and your baby's latch. If you have shorter nipples, a cherry-shaped shield might work better, as it doesn't require the nipple to extend as far. If you're dealing with inverted nipples, a cone shape might be more effective at drawing out the nipple. Look for a shield with a cut-out section at the top. This allows for more skin-to-skin contact, which can help with bonding and milk production. Make sure there's a 1 to 2mm gap between your nipple and the shield when it's on. This allows room for your nipple to move during feeding. If you're unsure, ask a lactation consultant for help in selecting the right shield. Right then, let's go through the steps of proper placement. Start by washing your hands thoroughly. If your nipple is flat or inverted, try gently rolling it between your fingers to help it protrude. Moisten the edges of the shield with a bit of breast milk. This helps it stick better and can entice your baby to latch. Turn the shield almost inside out so it's shaped like a sombrero. So you lay it flat like this, and then with your fingers and thumb, invert it. This is a brand new one, so it's a bit tricky, but you can see the sort of shape that we're going for there. Centre the shield over your nipple. Gently press the edges down onto your breast, starting from the top and working your way around. The shield should adhere to your breast. The tip of your nipple should be drawn into the tunnel of the shield, not pressed against the end. Then go ahead and latch your baby. If you want a bit more guidance on this, have a look at my video where I talk about how to achieve the perfect latch. When you finish the feed, you need to rinse the shield in cool water to remove milk residue, wash it in hot, soapy water, then rinse and dry. You should sterilise your nipple shield using boiling water, steam steriliser, or microwave steam bags before each use too. Nipple shields can be incredibly helpful in several situations. Inverted or flat nipples. If your nipples don't protrude much, a shield can help your baby latch on more easily. The shield shape creates an artificial nipple that protrudes outwards, giving the baby something firm to latch onto. When a baby suckles at the shield, it also creates a vacuum effect. This suction can help draw out flat or inverted nipple over time, making it easy for the baby to latch directly to the breast in the future. Also, the shield's firmness can make it easier for your baby to maintain suction, which might be challenging with a flat or inverted nipple. Sore or cracked nipples. A very common breastfeeding barrier, sore nipples might benefit from a nipple shield, as it creates a physical barrier between your nipple and your baby's mouth, reducing direct friction and allowing sore tissue to heal without further damage while you continue breastfeeding. Using a shield also allows for continued breast stimulation, which is crucial for maintaining milk supply. I personally used a nipple shield with my first baby. She had pretty severe tongue tie and my nipples were going through quite some trauma. Whilst I was waiting for the appointment to have the division, I used a nipple shield and it meant that we could continue with our breastfeeding journey. Premature babies. Preemies often struggle with latching. A nipple shield can make it easier for them to attach to the breast. Their mouth and jaw muscles may be weaker and their sucking reflex might not be fully developed. Also, preemies may tire quickly during feeding. A nipple shield can be a game changer in these situations because the shield's firmer texture and protruding shape make it easier for a preemie to latch on and maintain suction, even with weaker muscles. The small holes in the shield can regulate milk flow and prevent the baby from becoming overwhelmed by a strong letdown reflex. The shield will effectively lengthen the nipple, making it easier for the baby's tongue to compress against the roof of their mouths, which is crucial for effective suckling. Because the shield makes latching easier, the baby expends less energy trying to latch on, allowing them to focus their limited energy on actually feeding. Just be aware that some nipple shields can be too large for very small preemies, so take advice on this. Also, colostrum is very thick, so if you're wanting to use a nipple shield in those very early days, the colostrum may struggle to get through the little tiny holes at the end of your nipple shield. Transitioning from bottle to breast. Some babies who are used to bottles find it easier to latch onto the nipple shield at first. The firm texture and shape of the shield feels a bit like a bottle nipple, helping the baby to understand how to latch. Shields can also give more consistent milk flow, similar to a bottle, which can be less frustrating for babies used to bottle feeding. You can start with the shield and gradually transition to direct breastfeeding as your baby becomes more comfortable. While nipple shields can be really helpful, there are some drawbacks. First and foremost, there's the issue of milk transfer. Shields can sometimes act as a barrier, potentially reducing the amount of milk your baby receives. That's why you need to keep a close eye on your baby's weight gain and nappy output when using a shield. Have a look at my video linked up here to find out if your baby is getting enough milk. Secondly, breast stimulation might be affected. The shield creates a physical barrier between your breast and your baby's mouth, which could reduce the stimulation your breast receives. Over time, this might impact your milk production. Another concern is dependence. Some babies become so accustomed to the shield that they struggle to nurse without it. This can make weaning off the shield quite challenging. So clearly, breast shields aren't the answer to all our breastfeeding problems. You need to address the root cause of you using the nipple shield. If it's nipple trauma, please get in touch with a lactation consultant who can work out why you're experiencing so much trauma there. While nipple shields can be a valuable tool, they're typically meant to be a temporary solution. The ultimate aim is to usually breastfeed directly without the shield, once any underlying issues are resolved. I hope this information helps you on your breastfeeding journey. Don't forget your free download in the description. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you next time.